All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So it's been a very long time, but we are going to look at the psychedelic stocks. We're going to do 4 of them here. We're doing Mind Medicine, ATAI, CMPS, and TRUFF, Red Light Holland. So in a nutshell, I'll be honest, none of these actually really do look that good, okay? It's really sad to say that too, because I know there was a quick minute. I know I was looking at red light a bit for one person, but yeah, what looked like decent runs not that long ago, this is starting to look pretty scary. This alone looks really bad, and then again, I don't think the other ones look that much better. So hey, I'm not here to pretend things are good when they're not. I really like to say that's the value I bring to my videos. But hey, if you disagree with anything, I'm not here to argue with you, all right? So let me know, please. But before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this thing on the internet, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms for sure. So let's get going. And again, this just looks so scary for literally every single thing that we cover here. All right. First off, we are below all 5 moving averages. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 5 colored lines are all above this 330 that we're sitting at right now. That is not a good thing. Good things happen over all of them. Really bad things happen under them. All right. Second off, just literally all these down here are horrible. MACD looks like it's ready to keep going down and down, and it's going to slip into the negatives. All right. RSI does not look that good. Actually doesn't look as hardcore as the MACD, but yeah, still, we want green over red, right? Green is good, red is bad. It's like a traffic light, right? So, and then, man, volume's been pretty insignificant. That basically means under this 50 average line, except for a really hard sell-off. And I mean, just kind of zooming out, this is a relatively big candle in the last, what, year and a half, right? So, I'm not sure if it was justified. I don't know if there's any news for this, but if anything, losing all the moving averages would make me want to sell hardcore quickly, right? So I'm actually very worried here because, again, you lose all the moving averages and, yeah, there becomes reason to believe you're going to fall, right? So I guess I'll draw this. I guess we should at least have something down there. I can see hopefully 3 holding it. Otherwise, I think these are the next 2 lines that we got. So this should be a good one. I think this will be a little bit better than this one. I basically took the bottom of these 2 in all honesty, right? This is a little bit more of a horizontal, but yeah. Oh man, yeah, this one looks rough. Again, there's not too much more to say. And again, if you're under all the moving averages on the daily, you're gonna be under all of them on the weekly, and we are under all of them on the weekly, right? So actually this 303 line doesn't look that bad on the weekly, so I think it was actually a good line to draw. Okay, interesting. Nonetheless, like I said, I am very worried on this one, to say the least. So ATAI. Okay, again, what am I seeing? We are under moving averages, right? And that is not a good thing. The 5th one is up here, 4 are right here. Lose them all. Bad confirmation in my head. MACD has now slipped. We're in the negative. RSI still looks like it wants to go lower. RSI has been real low. That's an 11. That's a 12. That's a 10. You know what I mean? What was this one? That's a 12 again. Like this has plenty of, and look, red, green, red. I would not be surprised if we come to 130. Maybe, hopefully, like 140-ish holds it. I think I would draw it right here, and I'd say 133 if I had to guess. I'll go ahead and draw it right here just to have it, but yeah, again, bad. I also don't like the fact that the first stock didn't look good either, right? Because if the sector is not looking good, it's hard for one individual stock to like do well, right? So Scary. And again, so far the theme has been under all the moving averages on the daily and the weekly. That is a horrible theme. And man, look at that sell-off the last couple days too. Really, really ugly on the technicals. Again, 133 is what I would guess this thing comes down to. This looks rough for sure. CMPS. Man, again, holding the theme, but not as bad as the last two, all right? We are technically under all the moving averages. It does look like, and you can see it, we close at 186. The 20 average, you can see it in the box over there, is 187, right? So by a penny, we're below it. This is now the third stock, and all three are under all the moving averages. I would say that this one's obviously doing a little bit better because it's, you know, hasn't necessarily confirmed it, right? But again, this is a negative MACD. This does look like an RSI that's ready to come down. And again, an 11, a 9, a 9, a 9, an 8, a 6. Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, it's plenty of room for this thing to fall because we're only at a 49. You know what I mean? So, and this did look like it was trying to go up, trying to get into the positive, and now kind of looks like it's giving up. And man, CMPS seems to have the worst volume of the last two for sure, right? MNMD. This was at least in the 2.1s. Even the day before, oh geez, my medicine has pretty horrible volume. That's in the barely 300Ks. I think I saw ATAI was pushing the millions. Yeah, it was pushing the millions, but even after these pushes, it's at least in the 500Ks. Yeah, volume's rough on these. It is what it is, right? I mean, there are days when this thing's closer to 100K, right? So, yeah, Compass has some rough volume, not a good MACD, not a good RSI, and I mean I'm expecting this to lose the 20 and fall like the rest have. And again, oh dude, is this an all-time low number? Jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and lower this line to here. This is now our all-time low support. We cannot lose 733. Oh, dude, that was basically right here too. I'm imagining Compass is going back down into all-time lows. I'm not here to pretend, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to give you these like, oh, I think it'll come to 1059. Look at this line up here. No, dude, this ain't looking good. This is the third stock that we're covering, and again, it's not good. So look, someone asked me to cover. I can't look at TRIP. If I look up TRIP, I see NASDAQ TripAdvisor, okay? If I look up TRUFF, I see Red Light Hollins. Again, I'm in the US, right? So that's really what I gotta look. I believe the charts are supposed to look the same. I think that's how they make these things work. And man, it's been rough. The last thing I remember talking about this stock was 8 cents, saying don't lose 8 cents. Do not go under this 200 and 100 cluster. We lose it, and it's basically been a quick 20% drop, right? So more than 20 actually, because 16, yeah, 20. Yeah, and again, keeping with the theme, right? We're under all the moving averages. This looks like a MACD that's ready to go deeper into the negatives. This looks like a really, really tight RSI, which generally is insignificant. Man, interesting. TRUFF never has gone that low. The last time it was a really low RSI, and it wasn't even that low. It was in the 24s. Was back in 2021. So interesting. This one doesn't actually hold. Interesting. I actually wonder what that means for this. But end of the day, look at that volume. That's so low. And you know, it's just it's hard to trade stocks that are this low, because again, in this right here, what traded right here? Someone bought 300 shares. Right, you can see volume right there, 300.00, and it made it just jump like that. Let's look at this right here. Okay, so volume is 0. I'm gonna go to the next minute over, a 20,000 dropped here, and then what's the next one? And then a 3,000 drop there. Like, this is a silly minute chart. You're very much not in control with your money, and yeah, TRUFF scares me the most of these, but again, we've looked at 4 stocks in the sector and they all look bad, right? So just be careful with these, to say the least, all right? Let me know if you disagree. Otherwise, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you.